I can run the in-bay EVAP test beforehand, right? Why would I want to run an in-bay EVAP test before I start hooking up any equipment? See if I have the problem right now, right? So if I hook up that Tech 2 and I run that in-bay EVAP test and it comes back with no leaks, what do I know? I'm not going to find it right now. I'm going to have to look a little bit harder. I may have to go do a little wiggling and jiggling, right? But I'm not going to find it right now. If it fails right now with the in-bay EVAP test, or you run the Toyota test, or you run the Honda test, and it's leaking right now, I know that when I hook up this machine, I got a very good probability of solving the problem, right? You know the ball is floating, so you know there's a leak, right? Because even if it absorbs the smoke and you can't see the smoke, the ball will float. So if I have a circumstance like that where no matter what I can do, I'm going to break the system apart. Like I just did with vacuum, I'll go here and I'll plug it. Okay? So I'll break it loose here and I'll plug it. If it holds now, then I know my leak's down here. Right? If for whatever reason you can't see the smoke, I mean you've done everything in the world, right? I'm going to break the system apart until I methodically get through the process. Toyota key off system. Now, let's go to a fun system, right? Chrysler NVLD. All right, no service port. Now, let's talk about this. If I hook my smoke machine up to the purge and I start running smoke through there, how much does it take before it's going to unseat that valve and send smoke out the filter? Half inch water. What does this put out? 13 inches, right? Even if I throttle it down, I'm going to be right at the very edge of the threshold. What am I going to have to do to deal with this system? I'm going to have to plug the filter, the outlet from the vent side, right? That's how I'm going to have to do it. Because haven't we already talked about what we do testing against an orifice with a vacuum pump? Right? So if I just went ahead and put in a pressure pump and I tested it against a known good orifice, and then I moved the solenoid over and I used the pump to pressurize the whole system and I compared it against that reference, am I not talking about the same thing? Right? The only difference is this. When they're doing a pump, they're measuring amperage, not really being concerned about the calibration of the orifice.